Zadar is a city overlooking the unhurried horizon of the Adriatic Sea. In antiquity, it was a trade center for the Byzantines, later was one of the strategic seats of power of Julius Caesar's Roman Empire, and since then, it has been burnt and razed too many times for the bricks to care. It remained a stronghold for cultural and political revival, debate and free thought through the two world wars and the civil turmoil of a broken Yugoslavia. The first thing you'll notice walking down its streets are its orange-tiled, slanting roofs and pauses of the sea breeze. Like with most ancient cities, it exudes endurance and an almighty patience. It is fitting that's Croatian number 10, Luka Modric was born and raised here. Croatia's Luka Modric and England's Jordan Henderson in action. AFP If he chose to run with the ball, the 5'7" frame of Modric would glide across the grass with the grace of a surfer catching the first bulge of a wave at dawn. And despite all of the inertia and the attention of an ocean dripping down on his shoulders, waiting to engulf the surfer, Modric will turn his daunting defenders just as swishingly as the tail of a surfboard. Croatia play England at the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow in Wednesday's semi-final match at 11:30 p.m. for Real Madrid in Croatia. He's the pass master and a dealer of shoulder dips that leave opponents to feel the kind of bewilderment Tom might have felt while chasing Jerry around a corner, eyes transfixed in the direction he's headed off to, while legs facing the way where he once was. Modric has a habit of leaving his midfield markers feeling pathetically perpendicular. Now aged 32, Modric's wind-battered face is taking on more and more the likeness of Johan Cruyff circa 1974, the year the teamwork in total football reached the final of the World Cup. While Croatia so far in the tournament has not played with the same kind of pomp as Cruyff's Netherlands, except maybe against Argentina, but then who didn't play well against Argentina, it has certainly strived to play with a similar kind of team ethos. Modric will be integral to Croatia's chances of doing one better than Davor Suka and the class of 1998 did in France and reach the final. However, standing in his way is a New England, with a new kind of midfielder. They are looking strong as a team. I don't know if there is a different mentality, but it seems that they are more like a team. This togetherness that is very important to have success, said former Tottenham midfielder, Modric, ahead of their World Cup 2018 semi-final versus England in Moscow. Modric, the Croatian captain, is one of the most cognizant to play the game of football, and he knows the size of the task ahead of him involves maneuvering around the first bulwark of England's defence, Jordan Henderson. Exuding both assurance and authority in equal measure, Henderson is everything past England midfielders were not, a team player. They were all in their minds. Roy Chase from Melchester Rovers? Roy of the Rovers was a comic strip from the 1980s that details the adventures of a fictional footballer superhero Roy Chase, a midfielder, on whom the onus is set to always save the day. It showed how a game without a crunching tackle, a Hollywood long pass, and a howitzer shot from outside of the box at the death is no game at all. No other piece of written work has left a more lasting impression on the minds of the English midfielders. The Roy of the Rovers style is normally what England and the wider audience have come to expect from their midfield, a wholly reactive system where the narrative was always tuned to making a heroic show of things. Glenn Hoddle, Kevin Keegan, Brian Robson, Paul Gascoigne, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, and more recently Jack Wilshere have fallen into the self-aggrandizing trap of having to pull the game by the scruff of the neck, and forgetting more often than not the importance of spatial play and teamwork. Henderson has made a grand total of 1 tackle in the entire World Cup, moving far, far away from the blood and thunder mentality of his predecessors. He shows the understated ability to be in the right part of the pitch at exactly the right time, proactively stitching play together with unspectacular short passes, enabling the team to get higher up the pitch with more economy and less wastage of effort and possession. It bodes well for Raheem Sterling, Kyle Walker, Tripper, Ashley Young, Harry Kane, Dele Alli, who wouldn't always have to have half an eye over their shoulders. And it bodes well for England coming up against Croatia, who are well-versed in midfield minimalism. On the ball, Henderson sets the tempo of play from the back, and off the ball, he disrupts the rhythm of the opponent team. No player had more interceptions in the quarter-final stages him, and even his harshest critics and Tottenham fans, often the same people who are partial to Eric Dyer, would rather see him Henderson against Modric's Croatia. England, so far, have successfully distanced themselves from their anachronous ideas, and are reconciling with the fact football has evolved and have left them behind. Through Henderson, Gareth Southgate has the chance to show the world that England understands now that football is a process instead of simply product of testosterone and talent that tantamount to bloated egos and column inches. Under Gareth Southgate, this England team has given more emphasis on awareness and positioning. Henderson finds himself as the metaphor of that furrowed brow of anticipation on the touchline, and the lurking storm in Modric's peripheral vision. Click here for full coverage of FIFA World Cup 2018. Click here to view the full schedule of FIFA World Cup 2018. Updated date, July 11, 2018, 1:44 p.m.